Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft. I am a tad bit drunk. And by tad I mean a lot of it. I do not condone the action of drinking. Until you're 21, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. Alright. Where's my phone? Excuse me. Need to grab the phone. See who's messaging me. Hey, Kane. Is it Kanye or is it Kane? I want to pronounce it right. That's not the right way. Where's my chest? That may not be the right way either. Alright. Kane. Okay. Thank you. That's not the right way either. La da 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 da. My camera's a little bit off. Pardon me, I'm sorry. This might get a little bit loud. It's just the center of my TV is here. My camera is here. And sometimes it's angled weirdly. Ah, there we go. Da 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 da. I just finished watching Ted. Which, let me tell you, that's something. Hi, Dad.
Who you talking to?
I'm streaming.
Oh.
Uh-huh. This stream ain't gonna last for long. Ted 2 will be available for me within the hour. Hour and a half, as I've just been informed. So, y'all will get at least an hour out of me. My chat's not working. Oh, you saw Ted and Ted 2. Don't spoil Ted 2. I kick your ass. I'll ban you. I finished Ted. I thought it was so stupid looking from the trailers and everything, but after being on TikTok for a while and watching it, I just had to fucking watch it. There were a few scenes that I wanted to skip, but I didn't. Okay. Prop my phone up like this. And keep the chat up like this. Now, the reason why I am intoxicated, once again, do not condone drinking or alcoholism of any kind, is because it is not celebratory. It is just because I feel like shit. Where's my base? That's not where it is. Where is it? There it is. With this texture pack, this is cobblestone. It's kind of nice. Oh, come on, stop it. Honestly, the only reason why I'm streaming tonight, normally I would not stream, because I can't really make quality stuff out of it, is just because, well, I'm rather bored. What story do you want me to tell? I can tell you plenty of stories, no matter how intoxicated I am. I am like your weird uncle, in a way. That's a problem. Made a poor story. Well, I don't have to make this one up. When I was a kid, there was a movie, it came out a long time ago. It's called Cujo. Many of you have heard of it, many of you had not heard of it. Depending on what generation is watching this. Cujo is about, it's a book by Stephen King that was made into a movie. And the movie is about Cujo, a dog, who gets rabies. And that dog then goes on to kill half of its family. Well, over half. It eventually does die in the end. No animals were injured during that movie. Very, very, very good animal training by the dog. Animal training by the owner of the dog. I don't know who it was, but whoever did it, amazing. And that is a little bit too loud. That's going to get caught on audio. There we go. So, made up horror story. Let's see here. In 1914, there was a myth about a man. This man was known to everybody else as Colonel. There was no actual name brought out in order to respect the fallen of the Civil War. Now, this colonel, unnamed he may be, was a colonel from the Civil War. And this colonel lost his entire platoon as well as fleet of ships due to the USS Virginius. Yes, I said Virginius because there were two. Now, the Virginia-class warship was an early ironclad warship, otherwise known as early... Well, there was a ship, I can't remember the actual name of it. However, it was nicknamed Old Ironsides because the wood was so thick. Now, the bottom hull was made of iron, and the top was made of very, very thick wood. highly resistant against cannonballs, because wood is known. Wood was known very well back then for its, let's call it trampoline effect qualities. Basically, rather than dent, it would reflect, much like a trampoline. If a trampoline would be made out of concrete or, per se, steel, well, you wouldn't bounce off of it. You would kind of splat. Yeah, not very great to imagine. Let's see here. Now, the ship in question and the colonel in question, let's say he, like I said, he lost his entire platoon. And rather than moving on to the afterlife, as thus we've been told by the Bible and everything else, instead what he did was he'd go back to haunt those who wronged him. Abe Lincoln had already died. He was on the Confederate side. The Monarch was on the not Confederate, shit, what's it called? Union side. Abe Lincoln was on the Union side. Now, he would go to hunt those on the essentially wrong side, because the Confederate, as we think of them now, are the wrong side. So, I can't make up war stories right now. I am so sorry. I can't make up scary stories either. Here's a real life scary story. A while back, when I was hanging out with my father, I was in the living room with him, and my grandfather had passed about 2 years ago, and he was a master electrician. That was his title, a master electrician. And my grandmother would always blame everything on him that went wrong in the house electrically after he passed. Well, one day the door opened and my father said, "Hi, Dad," talking to his father, my grandfather. And well, to be honest, that kind of scared the shit out of me. And this isn't the scary part, though. A few days later, the power went out. For like a split second. Though, I may or may not have seen anything. I don't really tell anybody this, because quite frankly, I'm terrified too. I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. And I haven't drinking enough for this shit. It wasn't a person. It was a shape. It was a glowing cylinder. And it just kind of flashed for a second. And the power came on about 5 minutes later. Now, the power company described it. It only went out on our block. Nobody else in our neighborhood had that effect. what they could describe it as was a glitch, which power companies don't have glitches. Not as far as I know. Because once again, my grandfather was a master electrician. And power companies do not have glitches. Power companies have accidents. And as far as I know, there were no accidents, otherwise known as explosions or malfunctions, that night or day. So, to this day, I still don't know what happened. It could have been... It could have been my grandfather. It could not have been. I don't know. I honestly have no clue. I could actually use a lot of this gravel for concrete. I totally forgot about that. Now, it's not exactly a scary story, but it's scary to me. What else do you want to hear? I can't exactly make up stuff right now, nor do I really want to. I'm more in the mood of having fun and or telling the truth. Now, what I can tell you is, I need more coal. Did he what? I don't understand the question. If you want a story, a made-up story that is, I can read you my book. Granted, there wouldn't me be playing Minecraft to keep y'all entertained if you get bored, but there would be the story. Oh. No, he did not. Hold on a minute. I gotta remember. Give me a minute. I don't remember exactly where he worked. Let me ask my dad. I'll watch it later. I'll watch it. Just like tomorrow or something. Maybe tomorrow during the day. I don't fucking know. General Electric, GE. That's where he worked apparently. Now, I do know that he worked at some place called, fuck, I forgot the name of it now. Started with an M. Located in Springfield, Missouri. I don't think that was the main headquarters, but I do believe that they got bought out by General Electric. But he did work at General Electric. There are spiders near here. Yeah, it's possible. I'm not sure. But one day, my mom's really into ghost stories, and my dad somewhat believes it, but I don't entirely. I still don't entirely. The door was shut. Let me show you representation. So basically, what happened was the door was kind of cracked open like this, and then it kind of opened like that on its own. Now we have a screen door with a dog door, and it has a glass piece that can move up and down, and that glass piece was closed, and the dog door didn't move, but the door just kind of opened on its own. No wind, no AC turned on. It was kind of weird, and my dad just looked over and went, "Hey, Dad." It's kind of nonchalantly. Food. I don't have any food. I mean, if you want me to go get food, I'll order food, but no, I'm not hungry. I had sushi tonight. Good sushi, too. Really good sushi. Are you saying I'm fat? Oh, that food bar. Oh my god. Oh shit. Literally the first thing I did. Sorry. Although I do got a beer belly. Fuck! God damn it! And this is why I have my house concealed under stone and dirt. Because of shit like this. Cobblestone should work. At least for now. Wrong button. You were touched? As curious as I am, I don't believe my ability to listen much as well as speak right now is on par with what I need to be able to understand that story. So, how about this? The next time I stream Minecraft, I promise the viewers I will be completely sober. And anyone who watches me will be able to tell their story. I am staring at a camera right now, but apparently I can't see shit right now. I can see a black blob. Apparently they will be able to see me. So I promise y'all, next time I stream, I will be sober. Alright. Hey, I can see you. You guys can't really see my eyes when I have my glasses on. That's why I took them off. Here, hold on. There you go. Wait, there you go. There's my eye. Where's the iron and shit that I... There it is, dumbass. You never put in the fucking furnace in the first place. I wonder... Nope, that doesn't do anything. I need bone meal. Which means I need to find a spawner. I don't want to find a skeleton spawner. I really don't. Actually, I can get a composting bin. I believe there's a village over the rise. You can tell a make-up interactive story. My friends, how about this? Do you want me to play Minecraft? Or do you want me to share a story with you? Because if you do, believe me, I have no problem setting the controller down and telling you a book that I have written. It may be slurred, but I can still read it to you. Ooh, village. I knew there was a village over here somewhere. Coal. Here, let me read you a book. It's not finished yet. However, oh shit, that's a villager. During this, I will wall myself up. No creepers or anything else allowed. I can see 3. I'm not that drunk. I just can't make up stories right now. What I'm going to... As soon as the hiccups are done... What I'm going to read to you is a... possibly 2... two stories. The hiccups just keep coming. Alright, here we go. This is actually the second time that I have read this book on stream. However, the first one deleted. The first one was deleted. Let me put my headphones on. That way y'all can hear me a little bit better. My friend, I'm going to, just so you know that I'm not an asshole, I'm going to give you a side email that I have. You can send that interactive story there, and I'll be sure to read it tomorrow. Let me just get back into YouTube. Alright, so you can send the story there, and I'll read it to you. Now, where in the heck? Where are my headphones? There they are. And my microphone, there it is. Welcome to the life of a bored streamer. Now, testing, 1, 2, 3. How can you hear me?
Roger that. And I already got one dislike. Of course I have one dislike. Because the asshole is still following me. Alright, let's close that up. Now, this story is. This book, rather, is only the prologue and chapter 1. I haven't written any past that. However, the other one, if you wish to hear it, I've written to 7 chapters. Let me look down because there's an Enderman nearby. Alright. This is David, story 1. Haven't written a title yet. In my time, all I knew was war. After we colonized the solar system, we moved on to other solar systems. We created life from nothing. Once desolate planets became amazing works of art. After we created new stars, they started forming new planets as well, creating matter from nothing. Then, we found life. We fired the first shot, and what followed was an absolute massacre. Our technology was infinitely more superior than theirs. In less than a century, it was over. We conquered many worlds like that, then found a species far superior than ours. In the early 20s, at first we were far outnumbered. Then we figured out that we had something they didn't. We had each other. While they were more superior in their biology with telekinesis and telepathy, look those up if you don't understand them, they were selfish. When we found them, they were in a civil war with each other, but they directed their ferocity towards us. But they could not concentrate on us alone, and once again they started fighting each other as well as us. And that is how we defeated them, and like that, we wiped them out in less than a decade. But you would think that. Sorry. But you would think that we would learn something from their mistakes. And in the year 3032, our war started. Just 10 years after we defeated the war with the Raisui, the superior species. We started our war, a war of our own, a war of planets and solar systems. Hundreds of trillions of humans fighting in a war against each other. And that's when I was born. I was born on the planet Europa, in Quadrant 8, a planet 500 million light years from our solar system. In other worlds, unless you created a wormhole to bend space-time, you would die before you even made it to the next solar system, and mine was 50 times further than that. I think it was like Earth was, at least what I read. The solar system that planet Earth was in was called Solar System 5 in the Quadrant 1. It was destroyed in early 3032. It wasn't like the wars that you have read in your textbooks or anything. You didn't fight on the planet, unless it was being attacked, of course. And by that time, it was too late. We fought in space. We had fleets of spaceships. Most solar systems had about 15 fleets. Each fleet usually consisted of about 200,000 ships. The smallest ships of the fleet were called the Bees. While they were fast and fierce, they lacked armor and strength, at least when they were alone. However, each squad of the Bees had at least 5,000 ships, and that is why they were called the Bees. Their weaponry wasn't that great, but their speed and numbers made them fierce. The next class of ships were called battleships. They were weak when it came to armor and were kind of slow compared to the others. But the firepower they carried, my God, it was unmatched in most other classes. The next class of ships is the battle cruisers. Excuse me for a second. Funny thing. Whoops. My my book is actually written in the first person, so I can pretty much put anything in there that I want, including a drink break. They carried 100,000 humans and were very fast. Of course, they had infrared cannons like every ship, but also had the planet destroyer beams. They used a focused ray of electrons to cause an explosion in every atom. By shooting extra electrons into an atom, it causes it to change. But too many, and it'll explode, causing a nova explosion. You can imagine what happens when it's fired. There is nothing left. The next class is the jump ships. Their purpose is to scout. They open wormholes to travel and scan the solar system before jumping back to their solar system. But they have a crew of 50,000 humans. But the ships are much bigger than the previous class. And the final class is the planetary class. They are the biggest class. They have the heaviest armor. Like the jumper class, they can travel through wormholes, but they carry all the beasts and usually have about 10 billion humans. The planetary class is used to support the rest of the fleet like the carriers on Earth. However, once they defeat the solar system, then they conquer all the planets in the solar system, and I, Captain, I have not developed a name for the captain yet, so it just says insert name here. Am the captain of the carrier Normandy. In the year 3037, my father, captain of the Normandy, died of cancer, and at the age of 17, I was appointed the captain. In the tradition of my solar system, our people keep the high-ranking officers in bloodline, and now we are traveling to solar system 857 in quadrant 9. Yesterday we tracked a jumper ship that arrived in our galaxy, and we tracked it, but we lost the signal after it passed through 857. So I've given the order to track it down. Since we were all at war, we are on constant defense, though it's kind of exhilarating. Always ready for attack, planning on our next move, anticipating the enemy's move. On the loudspeaker, Captain, we are 15 lights from the solar system. Roger that, I'm on my way. Computer, end Captain's log 452. Chapter 1. Man, I have so much more to say, but I guess I'll just have to wait. Captain, you are needed on the bridge. Well, I guess it's my time. I get off my bed and walk over to my desk. I look at the opaque gray color of my desk and all the text documents on the multiple display screens. I guess if I were to describe it, kind of looks black in areas. The way it works is it has a glass screen with billions of pixels, except they are so small that you can't see them even on a microscope. Well, not in your microscopes. Well, in our microscopes, we can see them. But ours are more powerful. Anyway, where was I? Right. The pixels turn off when they are not displayed color on the screen, so essentially it is see-through. The keyboard, though, is kind of the same way, although it is made of an alloy. It is kind of see-through, but you can feel the keys moving as you typed on them. About 500 years ago, they tried to make the keyboards completely flat. But I guess people didn't like it. It caused many typos and errors, and they just couldn't get used to it. So, you may think that our tech isn't as advanced as you may have thought. However, Around the year 2258, there was a great war that sent us back to the so-called Stone Age. Eventually, we still had technology, but it was like the first computers. It took 500 years to recuperate, to repopulate the Earth once again. And Captain, you are urgently needed on the bridge. Well, I guess it's time I stopped logging. Affirmative. I'm on my way. Still chapter 1, by the way. I do apologize. Let me read messages if there are any. If I am flight Tite. Alright, I have got to turn this volume down. That's not the button I wanted to press. Very well. Okay. I put on my cap and jacket, and I open the door from my quarters. Even though we still have a star reactor power, we have even though we have a star reactor, the power we have isn't enough of a supply to use power doors. Since we have little over 10 billion people on board, I mean, do the math. A star nuclear reactor, that may seem like a lot, but I'm going into detail about it. I mean, I can, but I don't have the time. I've already been called twice. So off the bridge, as I walk down multiple corridors into the elevators. Since there aren't many people walking as you may think, yes, we have 10 billion people on board, but our max capacity is 1 trillion. So, when you think about it, what I said about the power makes more sense according to the records. I believe in the early 2000s, your planet had roughly 7 billion people living on it. However, your sun, as it was, is just barely reaching the power our reactor can put out. I know the math is there, but I don't want to do it. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to math anyway. If I keep rambling on with you guys, I'm going to get court-martialed, so off to the races it is. Drink break! Ah, the only thing I can fucking taste right now. Pardon me. As you can tell, I have what's called ADHD, but in my time we just call it stupidity. I guess you can say I'm not respected, but we stay true to our beliefs, and that is the only reason I was appointed the captain. So, back to what I was doing. At least before I have to describe something else. If you're wondering, I am speaking to you through my mind. In my time, we have computer chips in our brain. Or you could say we were born with it. It's a trait. Well, it's a trait that we have since the late 2800s. After we built the self-aware AI, somebody did a certain thing, and I guess it became a trait. Although not every solar system has this trait, we do. And, well, it's kind of nice. Oh, we're here. This is the bridge. I know it doesn't look like... Oh, wait, you can't see it. I'm so stupid. Well, I guess I'll have to, Captain. I turned to see the first officer, Lieutenant Payne. I know what you're saying, but her name has meaning. No enemy who she has battled have lived tale to tale. Although now that I'm thinking of it, she is kind of short. I'd say about 4'6". Of course, I could look at her profile, but who's got time for that? Then again, I'm writing a book in my mind. Yes, Lieutenant. She moves forward to salute me. Captain, we have reached the coordinates that we tracked the jumper to, and I have nothing reported on the ship. I do apologize for the way that I'm reading this. Once again, it is not fully written. Well, fully described that is. However, the way it is written is the way that I want it to be read. Mainly with Captain Payne being a female voice. However, considering the fact that I cannot do a female voice other than mocking, pardon me. Okay, no more. Uh, I'm not really going to try. So, on we go. Where were we? Da, 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 da. Well, let's stay put. Send the bees out. She nods and relays the orders to the crew. Well, I guess I will stay here for a bit. I am writing a book after all, and I need to describe everything. So, by the elevator there is a science station, although it is mainly just used for making energy drinks, since we don't really have much to do scientific on the ship. I mean, everything is done in the solar system, and if anything of significance is discovered or made, it is shared into our solar system's log, and is shared with us. Though it takes a while, depending on where we are, it takes about 3 days on average, about 2 solar systems away. But on the ship, everything is pretty much immediately, everything is pretty much immediate. At least if you have the credentials for it, it may be shared with you, although it doesn't. It does have systems of ranking. This is so people of higher rankings are not bombarded constantly by information. We tried that once, and they died from lack of sleep. I guess you could call it insomnia. Ah, getting sidetracked again. So, next to the science station is the radio station. Now, we actually use that station, most of the time at least. You could describe it as well, think about it as nothing of your time that could really relate to. Just think of it as a cube with letters and numbers that line the cube in constantly changing patterns. Each solar system has their own code. That way you can't read it without taking time to decode it. And sometimes it takes too long and then you're caught off guard by the tracking beacon that is deployed when you try to decode it. That's why decoders don't have many jobs here. Each solar system has their own particle frequency that cannot be tapped into, unless another has the same elements as another solar system, which can happen but is pretty rare. To be exact, about 2.67% of the time. The next area isn't really a station, it's more of a protection of what is in front of us. Unlike what you've read in the books and movies of your time, a window cannot exist on a spacecraft. At least not ours. Some solar systems can, we just don't have the elements to create it. So as you can see, our war is not as simple as you can see. Our war Our war is not as simple as you think. In fact, it's quite brutal. In order to acquire information from another solar system, you have to be prepared to lose everything you hold dear. Losing our solar system isn't an option. We were created 53 years ago, but before the stars, uh, I can't fucking read. Jesus Christ. I apologize. I do apologize. Uh, Honestly, even when I'm sober, reading like this is kind of hard. I was never the best at vocalizing reading capabilities. Yeah, so bear with me. The fuck just landed on that house? Oh, it's a creeper. Where was I? Before the war started, there was nothing out here, and our purpose was sort of medium. Kind of like a hotel, I guess. The uh, the travels, whatever their purpose being, would come and stay here for a short time and then go off to their destination. While we may be young, our tradition we believe in is strong. You can chop it up to our will. Anyway, if you have been following me from left to right, the next station is Telemetry, otherwise known as the What Box. We call it that because whenever we ask where are we, we always say what. Then the navigators have to dumb it down. Trust me, I still wonder when they are going to translate it when we ask where we are. I guess the amount of directions we have are incalculable, but the computer helps. Still, we need people to translate the information for us. I guess you can say it looks like a sphere, kind of like how the radio looks like. Anyway, the next station is Captain. We have found something according to data. It's approximately 241,506 miles ZE and 52,422 miles NX. What? I'm confused. Can you translate it? They look back at the gyroscope. They sigh. It's 5,253,463 miles from Planet 16. Captain's jump from. It's a jump ship. What is a jump ship doing here? Can't be the same jump ship. What is their PAT? A PAT is the solar system identification pattern. It is like a flag of your country, though instead of different areas of your countries having their own, the solar system creates one PAT. Each pattern is different, although it is in binary. It is from this solar system, Captain. I bet it's a patrol. What is its heading? It's on the same course as us, Captain. I believe they detected the jumper ship, just as we did. What if their fleet is on the way to our system? We need to get back there right away. Alright, get the bees back and jump us back home. We need to be ready for an attack. We also don't want to draw this solar system into battle as well. Aye, Captain. She relays the order back to the crew. Captain, the bees are all on board and we are preparing to jump. Well, remember what I said earlier about how jumping feels like you're falling? Well, unless you're secured. Then you will fly and most likely get seriously injured or even die. So, to keep that from happening, we alert the crew before we jump so they have time to prepare. Captain, the crew has been alerted, preparing to jump. Jumping in 3, 2, 1. You see, even though spaceships are designed to withstand the great pressures of the vacuum, it's also designed especially to withstand the stress of jumping. The wormhole. Even with that in mind, you can hear the ship stretching and attempting to pull itself apart. I guess you could describe jumping as a feeling of falling, except you're falling forwards or whatever direction you're facing. Just so you know, I wrote that. Um, I wrote that. Um, Weirdly, and that was just spider. That was just so you can know that we were jumping. I know it's kind of weird, but it makes sense in a way. In a way. Captain. Captain, are you logging again? Shit, we're almost there. Sorry, Lieutenant. I'm sort of writing a book. She looks at me like I'm crazy. Sure, Captain. Anyway, we are arriving soon. I wonder if she thinks I'm actually crazy. Maybe it's just my imagination. Lieutenant, time to arrival? Yes, Captain. Arrival in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Dang, why does it have to be so long? We can't just arrive instantly. I mean, I know that a wormhole bends space, but why can't it bend time as well? Like Back to the Future. Yes, that film is still famous these days as well, but it's more well known for its failure in predicting the future. But I guess the best failure is the starfall of humanity. See, they tried to predict that we would never fight aliens, and that we would all be destroyed in the early 2200s. But since when can we ever predict the future? I mean, we still can't figure out the ion storms. We can predict the movements of gravity waves. Captain, arrival in 3, 2, 1, and brace. Now, if I were to describe coming out of the jump, it would be abruptly stopping in a free falling elevator. It's a violent jolt that almost sends you off your feet. So, as well as securing yourself, I have to make sure the crew is secured as well. Captain, we have arrived home. The lieutenant smiled from ear to ear. She's a beauty, isn't she, Lieutenant? She looked at me and just smirked. Wonder what that's about. Anyway, I guess I better describe what you're seeing, shouldn't I? Well, when you look at the viewing screen, you see darkness, but lighting up that darkness, it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. It's a planet, of course, but it's home. And it looks a bit like Earth from the pictures I've seen, except bigger and more green and blue. The water's just so blue, it's like when a baby is first born. The light reflecting off of it gives it this overwhelming blue hue. But just like everything, there is a balance. And just as the blue and the green from the forest is both dark and bright. It doesn't reflect as much as the waters do, but it's just as gorgeous in their own way. And surrounding our planet is a space station. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is probably a giant ring around the planet. Now, that used to be the case. Around about 2 years ago, we made a design change. Now it's covered in a net of stations, all interlinking with each other, orbiting at the same speed, just outside of the planet's gravitational pull, and this is a system defense shield. The firepower this net has is greater than 3 carriers put together, and it has weaponry that includes plasma cannons, light rays, radiation missiles. You've all heard this before. Oh, one new thing is a nebula pulsar. Now, let me explain what each of these are. Plasma cannon. A cannon that uses highly condensed charges of plasma to disrupt or destroy shield arrays. It uses immense power, but more bang for your buck. Besides, what power it does use can be restored in just a few seconds when the solar panels are deployed globally. Light rays. These light rays are used to pierce the target's armor and melt away the material, thus causing a destabilization on the compartment, making it implode. Now, these are very powerful only in large numbers. One ray can destroy a compartment, yes, but that is one compartment. And if you're attacking one of the bees, then that's fine. But if you're defending yourself against a Planets-class spaceship, then you can only chip away at it. And that's where the nebula pulsars come. We are the only system that we know of that has this weapon, mainly because we have a couple pulsars near our system that we have also been able to study on how it works. Nebula pulsar. Drink break, I'm sorry. I haven't talked this much in a long time. Holy shit. If you'd like, I'm going to post my stories on Twitter. If you'd like a link to read them, you can click on them to read them for your own I know everybody has their own internal language, their own internal voice that they read them from. You don't have to just take it from me. Granted, I haven't worked on this book in almost a year, though reading it now, it's it's a good read. Feel free to tell me if it's not. And I'm gonna work on it again, though I don't know how, because I've been stuck on the same part for a year. Curious. The nebula pulsar is used to create an immense gravitational field. Now, we know that dark matter can do the same. However, you can stop the dark matter by fusing it with dense matter, enough to make it stop its reaction. It's like you're feeding a Venus flytrap. If you give it enough food, then it closes up and stops feeding. And on the plus side, since its structure looks just like a pulsar to star sensors, then it's virtually undetectable. However, when it's triggered by a nebula expansion, then it reacts violently and disastrously for anything caught in its path, and it cannot be shut down unless it runs out of power. Now that is where the other amazing creation of this weapon comes in. The nebula size can be controlled by precise calculations of a supercomputer. Using a scientific equation that is about a mile long, I can recite it to you, but it would take way too long. Anyway, where were we? Well, crap. Can't remember. Right. We were describing what we were seeing through the viewer screen. Well, in our solar system, there are a total of 2 planets. There used to be more, however, we have a gas giant to thank for that. The gravitational pull of our star combined with the gravitational pull of a gas giant causes it to slowly get closer and closer to the star, and slingshot the other planets out of the solar system. And we're next. Unfortunately, this was the hand we were dealt when we arrived, and we are still doing research on the gravitational device to stabilize the gravity of the gas giant. Now, I know you're wondering why we don't just destroy it. I know I did when I was a kid, and the reason being it has preciously valuable elements that we are harvesting and that we need to provide us with the materials to build our fleets of ships. As well as that, we also harvest gas to build our nebulas. Now, these nebulas, of course, are made of gas, however, they are extremely condensed. And the planet pretty much reproduces all the gas that we mine out of it. So that's basically everything in our solar system. Except for all the pulsars orbiting us, my guess is that it used to be a cluster of solar system or stars. Motherfucker! Hi!
Hi. Hello, YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube.
I got bored, so I started reading a book. And he's gone like that. Just flutters away. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out where I was. My guess is that it used to be a cluster of solar systems or stars. You see, that theory that a giant black hole was in the center of our galaxy may have been false. We believe that what we were actually seeing was this solar system a millennia ago, and thus it has died out long since then. Man, I can't even begin to wonder what it's like when you read this or listen to this. My God, what if you're listening to this? Can you even understand what my voice is? Like, my voice actually sounds? Or if it is deep, like in my mind's image? Or maybe it's just up to your imagination. Either way, that is what our solar system is. Captain, we're coming up on Europa. Roger that. I will be in my quarters. Let me know when we have docked. It doesn't take long to get wherever you need to go on the ship. That is due to the travel system we have. Our elevators can move in pretty much any direction that we build the shaft in. And the speed never changes. They have set a speed. It's a lot faster than the elevators of your time, about 160 miles an hour. And here we are. Deck A13. Each deck. Sorry, I have an itch. Each deck section has a letter, and A section is sleeping quarters. There are 15 floors of sleeping quarters. Let's open up the door. Of course, there are a little more sophisticated than the doors of your time. Basically, they can work on 3 identifications. A, voice ID, B, fingerprints, and C, retina scan. I know it seems like a lot, maybe even overcomplicated. However, when you have an average of 9 billion people on board station with all rooms in one area, some may get turned around, and I have a couple times, though those were from fun nights when I first acquired this ship, used retinal scans and have tried to go into different rooms. Now, I personally use a retinal scan and a 7-pin code. Dang it. The code is for officers. There are 2 codes. One is 4-digit, that when entered erases all data stored in that cabin in case of capture of an officer, and the other is just for entering the room with everything intact. I have access to all information, meaning all information we get is sent to me via wireless connection, and it's like Bluetooth, but much, much, much more secure. It's like, and in we go. So on the left of the door is the bathroom. All of our excrement is vacuum sealed in little pouches and used for fertilizer on board. All right. So I'm roughly a paragraph from the end. Do you want me to keep going? All right. Now, feel free to let me know what you think of this. Also, tell me a rough proximity of your age after I'm completed with this. I would love to know. Because I haven't even begun to write the fighting yet. And believe me, I am very good at writing epic fights. Let's see here. Then there is the clean area. What you would call the shower, we don't use water. We use ultrasonic frequency showers. Basically, it sends ultrasonic waves to beat the dirt and dust off of you. Though it's not pleasant. I hesitate to say pleasant if you got a paper cut or something worse. Continuing on, parallel to the bathroom is the display station. It uses a holographic technology to display interactive heads-up displays, or HUD, otherwise known as a HUD. of both 3D and 2D objects. And just to the right of that, against the wall, is the bed. It doesn't look like much, with no sheets or a pillow. However, it is fully automated. As soon as you lay on the bed, the sensors pick up your body's dimensions and adjust accordingly. It's pretty sweet. Your back never hurts, and it keeps you from falling off the bed. Don't judge me. Literally, I have that written in here. I have actually fallen off the bed myself. It's a small bed. And so that's pretty much it. It is a small room, but it's big enough. And it's a home away from home. Intercom sounds. Captain, we have docked. Speaking of home, time to get up to the bridge. I guess I'll keep directing the story while I'm walking. So, if you look on the right, you will see a white wall. And if you look to your left, you will see another white wall. The doors are white with numbers on them. Sometimes they blend into the rest of the corridor. I guess my color deficiency has something to do with that. My surgery was supposed to happen last week, but then I was ordered to command a scouting run on another solar system. It wasn't a painful surgery. All they had to do was put you to sleep and make some adjustments to the cornea of your eye, and you wake up with no pain. I think they use microscopic lasers, but that is not my area of expertise. Anyway, these hallways are very long, like I'd say about a quarter-mile long, and we tried to install moving platforms, but everyone started getting fat, so we just struggle through the walk. And at least you can't say I'm not getting enough exercise anyway. And that, my friends, is the end of what I read. Like I said, there will be links in the comment below. And what's your judgment? Excuse me. Jumping up to our will. Anyway, if you have been following me from left to right, the next station is telemetry, otherwise known as the what box. We call it that because whenever we ask where are we, where are we always say what. That means something that we don't. Trust me, I still wonder when they're going to translate it when we ask where we are. I guess the amount of directions we have are incalculable, but the computer helps.
Okay, the reason why it sounds a bit like Star Trek is because I love Star Trek. Now, tell me exactly how it sounds a bit like Star Trek. Because I want to defend myself. Maybe it's just because I watched way too much Star Trek when I was writing this. I have almost watched all the Star Treks. Almost. I'm still working on Voyager, and I've only gotten 3 episodes into Deep Space Nine. Oh, wow, my phone's at 26%. Gotcha. Well, let me tell you this. Long hallways. Now, if you read my name, which you have, Titanic Man. Now, on board the Titanic, this is where all this is based from, by the way. It was described as B deck, C deck, and D deck being as long hallways, which is pretty much standard for any ship. I have been on a modern day cruise ship, and it is a long hallway. Like, you can look at the end, and let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so you see this window here? Imagine the window at that door. The top window right... stop it. Right there. Being the other door. That's a long hallway. Let's go ahead and break out of this. Now, as for everything else, yes, I understand it, and it does sound like Star Trek, but I mean, come on. Star Wars sounds like Star Trek in a way. In other words, I don't have much of defense. And antimatter. Now, antimatter, otherwise known as red matter or negative matter, is actually a real thing. And that's why I included it in this story. Not because of Star Trek, but because it's a real thing. I want this to be kind of realistic as well as fantasy. And antimatter is known in many, many novels as well as movies, not only in Star Trek, but in other areas as well, as being a power source. And that's why I put it in there. Wait, did I actually put antimatter in there? I don't think I actually did put antimatter in there. I think I actually avoided that. No, it was star energy. Star reactor. Which does not exist as far as I'm aware. In anything that I have read or seen. So, now, what else did you say? Sonic showers. That was actually an idea by my father. I asked him, because I didn't really want to use water because, well, in today's world, if you don't have enough water on a ship, you don't use water. You use what's called a sonic shower. And that basically does exactly what I described in the book. It beats everything off of you. And it hurts a lot if you have a paper cut or anything worse. It's kind of like a tomato shower. Except worse. Though you don't stink afterwards. So, bring it on. My other book that I wrote, by the way, was World War II. It's 7 chapters long, and believe me, I am not in the mood to read it right now. No offense. But, I just have way too much saliva in my system. But other than that, I mean, please, tell me what you think. If I can't back it up, I'll admit it. I mean, granted, a lot of the stuff that I saw in there, like the different classes of ships, I thought for like an hour on what kind of classes of ships I'd have, and I thought I'd make fun of the battleships by having a battleship that was slow and weak, however, had really big guns, because I thought of the USS Missouri, the Iowa class battleship, which in layman's terms was weak. However, it was not slow and it had big guns. However, I also combined that with other battleships that were slow and had big guns. Much like the Yamato, 63,000 tons, I believe. Or was it 87? I can't remember. It was big. It had 9 18-inch barrels, which is pretty big. Where's my house? Let's head this way. Where's the sun? Okay, so it's definitely this way. $15. Well, in all honesty, my friend, I wish I would attract people twice your age. Well, not exactly twice your age, but my age. I am in my early 20s. I hope you understand. I don't want to give out my my age, but the reason being is that, well, I've always been called young and immature for my age, which is why I want to attract people older than me, because I've always gone along with people older than me, and quite frankly, I hate my generation. Ooh, turned 16 this year. Sweet 16! That's actually a good year. Where is my house? Oh, okay. Go over that mountain. There we go. See? Landmarks. Ow. As far as I know, I mean, you haven't said anything nasty or dirty. Well, not necessarily dirty. I don't give a shit about dirty. But unkind or mean or demeaning. So, yeah. I guess, I don't know. I just kind of self-conscious. I hope you understand. I really do, because I don't want to be that guy. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to be that guy, but still, some people end up being that guy. So, I would like to ask you what you thought of the different weapons. Okay, you don't care about age. That's cool. Because weapons is one of the longest processes that I thought about. Oh, that's cool. Like, it's one of the things that took me the longest to think about was weapons. Mainly because weapons are everything. And, everybody's heard of a laser beam and a pulse, and just a ray, a beam ray or something like that. Some shite like that. But I don't think anybody's heard of a pulsar weapon before. Fuck. Oh, thank you. I am lost. Should have gone back to my house to read the book. Yeah. As soon you can send me pictures or something. Because as soon as I'm done with this stream, I'm clocking out and I'm gonna watch Ted 2 and go to sleep. It was this way, wasn't it? Because I remember seeing that thing. I went the wrong way. Well, now I know where a swamp is. Oh yeah, it was this way. I'm stupid. You're you're 15 and you sing Ted? What is this generation coming to? I'm 22. Ow! Fucking phantoms. Oh! Get off my crops, you heathens. Okay, you like reactions live. I don't know how to do that. No offense. Why would that be offensive? Why would that be offensive? My base is creeper proof. Beat that! And it has dolphins with diving gear. Alright, let me pull out my phone again. Type in your Minecraft username. Here's the Titanic, by the way. I'm building full scale. Progress stopped last year because due to the textures I couldn't quite see it, but now with this new texture pack, I can. I'm actually colorblind. So work is slow, but I think we're getting somewhere. Beautiful. So according to Minecraft, each block is a meter wide, a meter tall, meter wide, meter deep. So the Titanic was 260 meters long, and I can't remember how many meters wide. I think it was like 27 or 28. But yeah, full scale. The last time I did it, it was half scale, and I was disappointed. It didn't look how I wanted it to, because it wasn't big enough. So I'm doing it full scale now. So, if you'd like, you can help me out anytime. I think the server's always on. So, yeah. It's great. I will be right back. Just go ahead and send me your username, and I'll take a tour.
Oh, sorry. Fuck off, Walter.
Knockback. Dungeons Evolution. Ooh, Winter Lobby. I need to do something about these rooms. I need to make some pistons. I have redstone. I just need some slime so I can make sticky pistons and stuff like that. But there's a jungle over there. Let's hop into my boat. It's not what I want to do. There we go. Also, I need some lily pads for my garden. Well, what do? I harvest lily pads. I just keep having the Deja Vu song pop in my head. Hey Google, play Deja Vu.
Deja Vu feat. Bob Taylor by Ina. Sure. Playing on Spotify.
Hey Google, skip to minute 30. Hey Google, pause. You know, this song isn't actually that bad for this shit, but I was thinking more of the Drift song, Deja Vu. Ooh. Okay, Google. Play Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire by Het Feasting. Sure. Playing on Spotify.
Okay, Google. Play Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash.
Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. Sure. Playing on Spotify.
A ring of fire went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. bound by wild desire. I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. Fire, fire. Burns, burns, burns. Fire, fire. Hell no, you're not. Johnny Cash is great. Down, 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 and the flames went higher. Though this isn't Johnny Cash, this is live. Of love is sweet, like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Ooh, with the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. He's going really fast in this one. I'm actually streaming this for a lot longer than I thought it would be. Unfortunately, my friend, you may have to send me a link, or a video, or invite me later. You know my username, Titanic Man. Send me a friend request. It's either Titanic Man or Titanic Man 22. I can't remember which one exactly. But you can send me your friend request. However, if it's not wrapped up in 6 minutes, I do have to go to bed. Nowadays, this song would be accused of being sexist. Yeah, I can play cross-platform. I have Bedrock Edition. The most common edition on PlayStation PC is Java Edition. However, if you do have Bedrock Edition, I can cross-platform with you. Okay, it's on the Switch. No problem. Let's see here. Okay, so if you looked in your bottom left-hand corner, it's Pilot Ferret 8645. Or, if you're on PlayStation, fuck! It's Titanic Man 22. Okay, Google. Stop. So, I thank you guys for watching this. My friend, Mr. Kane. If you would like to hit me up, you can. Okay, I'll wait a little bit longer. I know, Minecraft crashes a lot. Well, it was originally designed for PC, so... Here, I'll keep you entertained. I got a mechanical keyboard. If anyone can tell me what this means, thank you. Here. Why do you have so many worlds? Whoops. Whoops. Interesting. Well, I had this, fuck. No! Stop it! I had this issue a while back. Send me a invite. I'm not sure how to do that, so if you can figure it out, tell me. I only have 5 worlds. Oh. It's on, it's on screen. Oh, and those for you who are wondering, this is a 9mm bullet. FMJ. This is what a real bullet looks like with a full metal jacket. My PlayStation username? Or my my Minecraft username? Because I've been able to get it to work before. However, that is a long process which I am not going to do tonight. Oh, both of my Minecraft usernames are up on the screen. It's Pilot Ferret. Here, let me type them in just... No, you can see them. And my phone's at 16%. Swish. Kobe. Nowadays that means something else. It's sad what happened. No problem. Oh, I know where that went. That went to my computer, which I get 5 FPS on Minecraft, which means this is not going to work. At least not tonight. Because I know how to get it to work. I think I got away, but I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm not even gonna watch the movie. I'm just gonna go to fucking bed. I'm tired. Plus I got work in the morning. What time is it? Yeah, I definitely gotta get to bed. Thank you guys for watching this. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you don't like it, well, you know what to do. One person's already done it. And if you don't care, you don't care. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you. And peace out. For me, it's 12 o'clock. And it takes me 2 hours to go to sleep. Literally. So peace.